If one of your resolutions is to be happier this year, I've got 3 simple mental hacks to help you increase your happiness. But first, I'd like to ask you a question. Where do your emotions come from? It's not like you can buy them on Amazon. Imagine calling up a store and saying, I'd like 2 jars of happiness, a can of love, and a bottle of confidence. And could you please overnight the happiness? Wouldn't it be great if you could just order up any emotion you wanted at any time and have it shipped to your doorstep instantly? Well, when you master the mental hacks that I'll share, it can feel like you're constantly being delivered packages of happiness. So back to the question, where do emotions come from? This is an important idea concerning your mental and emotional health, because if you don't know what causes your emotions, then how can you intentionally do anything to influence them? Okay, your emotions come from the interplay between 3 things: your body, your behavior, and your mind. And I choose these 3 things because they are things that you have some agency over. First, let's talk about body. There is a mind-body connection, and the physical state of your body affects how you feel emotionally. Raise your hand if you've ever felt hangry. I have a friend that has a t-shirt that says, "Forgive me for what I said when I was hangry." When your body experiences a negative physical state like hunger, fatigue, pain, or dis-ease, it's more likely that you feel a more negative emotional state. So your body is a huge source of your emotions. Next, behavior. This is going to sound so simple that I almost don't want to say it, but here goes. When you do things that make you happy, it's more likely that you will have increase in happiness. And when you don't do things that make you happy, it's likely that you'll feel less happy. I love bowling, and I was the captain of my high school bowling team. And when I was in college, I regularly went bowling with my friends, and Lanes and Games and Alewife was our spot. But once I graduated college and started working, I didn't make as much time for this fun hobby and passion of mine. Whenever my aunt would hear me talking about being stressed and overwhelmed at work, she'd always remind me about how much I love bowling and nudge me to go play a few games. One of the reasons adults become less happy is that we stop doing things that make us happy. What do you love doing? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? Once you identify things that bring you joy, you can start to plan to do those things more often. So our emotions are influenced by our body and our behavior. But perhaps the biggest contributor to our emotions is our mind. Thinking affects everything. And this is why mental hacks may produce more happiness than anything else. I often use the word mindset to describe the anatomy of our thinking, and our mindset is a product of our focus and our story. What we focus on affects how we feel, and the story we tell about what we focus on affects how we feel. So from a thinking perspective, our emotions are created by our focus and our story. The empowering idea is that you have agency over your emotional states, and you can experience different emotions by practicing shifting your focus and telling yourself different stories. This is where optimism and pessimism come in. If you focus on a positive, it's more likely that you feel a positive emotion. And if you focus on a negative, it's more likely that you feel a negative emotion. Because of my background as a physical therapist and personal trainer, I like to use this analogy. Just like we have physical muscles, we also have mental muscles. Our physical muscles generate movement, and our mental muscles generate feelings and emotions. I like to divide the mental muscles into 2 categories: optimism muscles and pessimism muscles. Optimism muscles generate positive emotion, and pessimism muscles generate negative emotion. Now, we need both sets of muscles to move through life, and the strength of pessimism is that it serves to protect us and keep us safe. Negative emotions like anxiety, worry, and fear help us to survive and stay safe. But if your pessimism muscles are super strong and tight, it's harder for you to move in the opposite emotional direction. One of your main optimism muscles is gratitude. Gratitude is a mental pattern of focusing on what you have, what you appreciate, and what you're grateful for. There are many studies connecting strong gratitude muscles with an increase in happiness and a decrease in depression. And it makes sense that if we're in the habit of constantly focusing on what we don't have, what we lack, what we hate about the world, what we don't like about ourselves, this pattern of focus is more likely to lead to negative emotions like depression. So from a thinking perspective, if you want to feel more happiness, then you have to strengthen the mental patterns that generate feelings of happiness. And the great news is that you can train your brain for happiness. And now I want to share 3 simple mental hacks that you can do to be happier. And if you stay till the end, I'll share a free resource that you can use to start training your brain daily. Mental hack number 1. Think about the answer to a positive question. Anytime you mentally think about the answer to a positive question, you train your brain for positivity. For example, if you spend 30 to 60 seconds each day thinking about the answer to the question, what am I grateful for? Over time, you will strengthen your gratitude muscles and experience more happiness. Mental hack number 2, speak positive affirmations out loud. Speaking uses different neural pathways than simply thinking. When you say something out loud, it enhances how fast your brain learns the pattern. You might spend 1 to 5 minutes repeating affirmations like, "There are good things in my life." Repeating an affirmation like this can strengthen your gratitude muscles and train your brain to look for positives and experience more happiness. Mental hack number 3, write down positive thoughts on paper. Obviously, anything you can think and say, you can also write. And writing uses yet another set of neural pathways and has been shown to further enhance learning. To strengthen your gratitude muscles, you might decide to start a gratitude journal and each day write 1 to 3 things that you're grateful for. Another bonus to writing is that it creates a record of positivity, and you can go back to it and review it weeks or months later. I know we've covered a lot, and I appreciate you for sticking with me so far. I want to do a quick recap and then share a free resource. Recap. Our emotions come from the interplay between our body, mind, and behavior. We can influence our emotions and feel more happiness by making goals to improve our physical health. And we can experience more happiness by engaging in behaviors that make us happy. But maybe the best way to enhance our feelings of happiness is to train our mind to be happier with 1 or more of the 3 simple mental hacks. Mental hack number 1, think about the answer to a positive question. Mental hack number 2, speak positive affirmations out loud. And mental hack number 3, write down positive thoughts on paper. If you want good physical health, you need to work out your body. And if you want good mental health, you need to work out your mind. This is a simple concept that can dramatically change your joy, happiness, and emotional well-being. You can work out your mind on your own, or if you want a little more structure and guidance, you can follow the free 21-day mindset workout for happiness that I posted here on YouTube. All you have to do is listen and follow along. The link to the free mindset workout video is in the description and is also linked at the end of this video. You're just a few mental workouts away from getting better at generating more joy and happiness. And if you regularly work out your happiness and gratitude muscles, this can be your happiest year yet. Wishing you a year of joy, peace, and happiness. If you like the content of this video, be sure to hit subscribe and share it with anyone you feel could benefit from the message. Be well.